Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Tuesday, and I hope you've had a great start to the week. We're going to be jumping straight into the live chat room to see who is in the house tonight. I actually was setting up the live stream behind that video while it was playing because it's all been a bit crazy recently, but I think we are okay. We've got DCMC and Carl and Billy and Vince and Maria and Grumpy Old Bob 56, Bear, Frank, Dwayne, Lisa again, Carla, Susan and Dennis and Neil, all the moderators almost going through. Laurie is a moderator as well, but we will be having a look at Neil's guitar later in this live stream as well, because as I mentioned in the last live stream, that has now arrived in Australia and Neil's taken a picture of it for us. So we'll be taking a look at that with some other pictures, I do believe. But hello everybody that's coming through the door in that live chat room. If you could leave a thumbs up as you come through the door, that would be much appreciated, because we're going to be keeping things organized tonight. We are aiming for 330 likes. That is the target for tonight's live stream. So if you could hit that thumbs up, we'll see how close we can get to that particular target. We are at the moment at 110. So quite a good start, and hopefully we can get a little spike of the likes as we start the live stream. Let me get the names of my patrons up on screen as well, because the people at the bottom of the screen, as soon as their names actually begin to go across the screen, they are the reason that this can happen in the first place. So a huge thank you to you guys for all of your support over on patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus, and they really do make every single video on this channel possible, as well as the analysis videos, these live streams, everything that you see. So thank you guys for all of that support. Let me get everything up on screen. So we'll have the donations tab as well. I know that there have been a few donations so far, so thank you for those. And to let you know that 35 to 45%, I forget. It's 35 to 45%, I think. I can't see it on the screen, but it's something like that that goes to YouTube. And on PayPal, I know it's between 3 and 5% that goes to PayPal. So those are the percentages, but they will be on your screen around this kind of area, so you'll be able to see the percentages there, so you get a lay of the land for any donations. And I will jump into the ones that came in just before we went live, because those disappear. And I know actually that a couple came in just after I had set up everything for the stream, so I have to refresh the screen to get those. But first of all, Orlando has donated $2. As always, Orlando, a very early donation. Thank you for that. And the message was, I will be there. Hit that like button with a thumbs up. So thank you for that, Orlando. Let's have a quick plug of the mug, as we do when Orlando has his very early donations. And Spike the Likes, great idea. And just so you know, there's a link in the description below to go through to the merch if you want to click on that, and there'll be a tray underneath this video as well that you can click on that will take you through to the store as well if you just pick an item underneath this video. But also a big shout out to you guys that went over to the store to make use of the 20% off deal, the Black Friday thing that was going on that we have here in the UK as well. So I took 20% off all of the things in the store, so hopefully you guys could jump on that and get some discounted merchandise. So thank you guys for heading over to the store over the weekend. We are going to be jumping into the normal stuff that we do on these live streams. We have the cover. We have some pictures to look at tonight, as I've mentioned, but I think we've got a few pictures as well as Neil's guitar that we're going to be taking a look at. And we have the pick roulette, of course, so somebody's chance to win a signed pick and possibly a t-shirt as well. So that's all coming up a little bit later. Let me just refresh the screen while I am refreshing this screen for the donations to see the donations that came in before the live stream started. I did have a chat with Warren, and that was after the last live stream. You guys might have noticed that when you saw the last live stream, that I was finishing very quickly. About 1:15 is normally when we finish. I think we finished maybe about 12 minutes past 1, so that I could have that call with Warren. And Warren's from Produce Like a Pro, and yeah, we had quite a long chat actually, to the point where, because I've been talking for over an hour on the live streams, and then I was talking with Warren for over 2 hours. So by the end of it, my voice is probably starting to go a little bit, and it might do tonight. Who knows, after another hour of talking. But yeah, we spoke about a hell of a lot of things. I think we were going to talk about the collaboration options in the future, which we did talk about for probably only for about 5 minutes, and we spoke about loads of other things. But yes, myself and Warren will be joining forces in the future on a video or 2 or 3, depending on how many we can get done and our schedules, how they work out. But that was great to talk to Warren at the end of the last live stream. So just a huge thank you to him for getting in touch and for watching the channel. I always say that we have such a diverse chat room on these live streams, but just in general, the audience for the whole channel, where people tune in, we have professionals like Warren, who's a producer, a gold and platinum selling producer, and we have musicians. I mean, Warren's a musician as well, a guitarist, and we've got recreational players and just fans of music as well. So it's great that we can all get together, especially in these live streams, and I can just touch base with you guys in a live setting, so that I can see all of your comments going through that live chat room. And hello everybody, thank you for joining me, and I can see the donations that have come in as well, so thank you for those. Right, let's just address these donations that came in, and I can see that Orlando did donate again, but it was Ginny who donated $7. Thank you for that. And the message was, Phil, just because I needed your cheery smile and some music tonight. Thanks for all you do for us. Take care. So thank you for that, Ginny, and no problem. Ginny donated again after that, $5. Thank you again for that. The message is, wasn't sure if the other went through. Hope you are warm enough now. So thank you for that. And yes, the other one did go through. So thank you for those 2 donations. And yes, it has warmed up a little bit here. I think it's about 12 degrees, or maybe a little bit less than that. But over the last few days, we actually got into the minus temperatures. It was -1, I think, a couple of nights ago, and then we had snow. It was either yesterday or the day before, so properly chilly, especially out here, because this room, I have to turn on the heater and try and warm it up because it's exposed on all 4 sides to the elements. So yeah, it does get very cold in this room, but I've got the heater on the floor, I've got the heater on the wall, so everything seems to be okay at the moment here. But like I said, it's only 12 degrees or a little bit less than that, so not as cold as it has been recently. But I think from what I saw on the weather forecast, it's going to be getting cold again over the next few days. But fingers crossed it won't be too cold. So thank you for that, Ginny. And Orlando donated $10 again and said, hello all, I flew into New Jersey from Houston, Texas earlier today, and currently driving from New Jersey into New York City. I will listen as I drive. Rock, with some rock horns. So thank you for that, Orlando, and just take care. Don't get put off by the live stream. Concentrate on your driving, and hopefully if it's just in the background and you're listening to it, then that's absolutely fine, but probably watching it is a bad idea while driving at the same time. But thank you, Orlando, for that donation. And Karen donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Karen. And the message is, hi Phil, rough day, incredible mum died 3 years ago. Have you seen Get Back yet? Chat between Paul and John, feeling guilty about torment, is that, of George especially. So thank you for that. Hopefully that's what that abbreviation meant, but thank you for that, Karen. And I haven't had a chance to watch Get Back yet. I was talking to Warren about that on Saturday night because he's a huge Beatles fan and he's seen the documentary all the way through. I think when I joined him, he was on his third time through watching it, because that's how much of a fan he was and is. So he paused it while we were talking, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, unfortunately. It's pretty much just been the case that every single minute of my day has been filled, and especially this week, because I've been concentrating on trying to get ahead with my videos so that I can get my schedule back to something a little bit more workable and something that's a little bit more manageable, because I have mentioned before that I was getting up early to make the videos, which meant that I was roughly getting 2 to 3 hours sleep, and that just wasn't something that I could keep up. So I've now, on Monday, when I had an admin day, I've now recorded a video on Monday that I'm going to be releasing tomorrow night, and then I'll record another video tomorrow night, and always be one video ahead of the game so that I can just work my schedule a little bit better. It means that the admin that I was supposed to do on Monday, I haven't managed to do, so I've still got a few emails to be getting through. But the good thing is that on the whole, my schedule is going to be a lot more manageable now, because I'm not literally every single minute of every single day. Hopefully by next week, because this week I'm getting it all organized, by next week I should have a little bit more free time, fingers crossed. So I will be watching Get Back when I get a chance to do it. It's definitely top of my recreational viewing list. Not that I get to do a lot of recreational viewing, but that is my plan at the moment. But thank you for that donation, Karen, and sorry to hear about your mum passing away. So I'm sure everybody's thoughts are with you in that live chat room, but thank you for that donation. And Cali Central has donated $9.99 as well. Thank you for that. And the message is, thanks for the stream, Phil. Quite a gift you share with us. Very talented. So thank you for that, Cali Central, and no problem. I've always said on the channel, if people are still requesting videos, I will keep on making them, and we'll keep on just looking at performances and just having these occasional videos as well, where Warren might be on the channel in the future, and we had that interview with June recently as well, June Millington. I'm sure she'll be back on the channel in the future when her new album's out. But it is interesting just to mix it up a little bit. We've recently had a few videos on auto-tune. The one tomorrow isn't going to be on auto-tune. I'm just mixing them up really as I go through my request list. Whatever pops up, we will have a look at. So it might be the case that there's either auto-tune or having my guitar out. Or the other thing is that a couple of people are confused that when they see the pitch monitor, the vocal pitch monitor that I've been referring to for the auto-tune videos, in the future I am going to be referring to that, but just in standard analysis videos. It doesn't make it an auto-tune video just when I'm looking at the vocal waveforms on the pitch monitor. So I'm looking at that so that I can give a visual representation of vibrato, for example, that I always talk about. And I used to say in the videos, imagine a wave going up and down when the vibrato comes in, and the wider the vibrato, the longer the line, the wider the lines will be. So it's great now that I can refer to the vocal pitch monitor so that you can visually see. Instead of me trying to paint a picture in your heads, you can see on screen what I'm talking about. So people, I think, when they see the pitch monitor, they instantly think, oh, this is an auto-tune video, whereas that's not going to be the case in the future. We are going to be looking at vocalists and probably bring that in just to give a visual representation of the way that the singer sings. And this can be to do with their sliding into pitches, ascending, descending, hitting notes dead on, without vibrato. All these kinds of things are going to be a lot easier for you guys to see using some kind of vocal pitch monitor, which I have used in the past. So anyway, thank you Cali Central for that. And Carla has donated $1.99. Thank you for that, Carla. The message is, please tell Orlando to drive safe for us. Thanks. Thank you for that, Carla. And yes, drive safely, Orlando. That's something that I've already said, but it's it can not be said too many times when you're driving, especially in cold conditions. I don't know if it's cold conditions, but certainly here in the UK, people are going to have to be driving even more carefully. By the way, we've had this extra strain of COVID that's made it to the UK. I think it came from Africa. I'm not sure how many other countries it's in, but we are back to wearing masks. And I don't know why people stopped wearing masks, to be honest, because I was wearing a mask all throughout until now when they say, oh, we're going to bring back wearing masks. I did go to a shop probably a few weeks ago, and I was the only one wearing a mask. And I thought, well, COVID is still out there, so surely wearing masks just to stop it from spreading is a good idea. So I have always been wearing a mask, but now in the UK, we all have to wear masks again because of this new variant. But I'm sure with the flu and everything out there, it's probably good to be wearing a mask anyway to try and stop things from spreading around. So yeah, we'll see how serious that is, whether people are allowed to travel or not and all that kind of stuff. But certainly it means that a lot of people won't be doing much driving, so they won't have to take too much care because everyone will be at home again. Hopefully there won't be a lockdown, but who knows? It does seem like the general public are very good at spreading viruses and just not following the advice of the government. And for me, it's a little bit frustrating, but it doesn't stop me making videos, fortunately. But I'm kind of frustrated for people that do need to go out and do need to make a living by having contact with other people. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but we'll see what happens. Obviously, everyone's asking about Christmas. They're asking our Prime Minister questions about Christmas that it's impossible to answer. They're saying, will we have to cancel Christmas? Will we be able to do this? Will we be able to do that? And we don't even know the impact of this new strain, so it's impossible to talk about the future, what we'll be able to do. So yeah, it is always entertaining to see the media and the newspapers asking these questions that just are impossible to answer. So unfortunately, our Prime Minister's been put in an impossible situation. And of course, the leader of the opposition is always going to say whatever the Prime Minister's saying, they will say the opposite, because that's the way that politics works here and pretty much all over the world. You have one person who says something and the other person will, or the opposition will argue against that. So that's just the way it works, unfortunately. So yeah, it's probably good just to not watch TV and just follow the government's guidelines as much as you can. I like to think that people are sensible and have probably more common sense than the government themselves to just know how the virus spreads and then take their own actions for themselves personally and do whatever they think is going to be most effective for not spreading the virus around. Anyway, let's stop talking about the virus because there's enough talk about that as it is. But I'm just going to scroll up to get through the donations again. Leslie has donated $5. Thank you for that, Leslie. And the message is, love your channel. So thank you for the kind words. And Doug has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Doug. And the message is, have you ever jammed with any of your idols, or do you subscribe to the old adage to never meet your idols because they will disappoint you? So thank you for that, Doug. And I haven't jammed with any of my idols. I mean, sadly, Jimi Hendrix has been long gone, so that would never work out anyway. But just thinking about other players, I don't tend to get together or jam a lot at the moment because I'm so busy doing everything. Just having the ability to jam, I mean, just having the ability to talk to somebody else at the moment, especially if they are very busy, it's almost impossible to do. Just getting schedules just synced up, especially with time zone differences. So yeah, it's not something that I had the opportunity to do, but you never know, something might pop up in the future. I have a lot of contacts that I've made through the channel and through my music. And I have played with Michael Palmisano, who has a channel here on YouTube as well, and Daniel Donato. That was fun to do the In at the Deep End videos with them. But I don't really think about guitarists or idols. I think idol is probably a strong word. I'd say influences is probably better for me, because as a guitarist myself, as an independent musician, there are other guitarists that are influences of yours that you look up to and you have a respect for their playing ability and the way that they do play. But I think that with playing the guitar and being an individual artist and having your own expression and the music that you're into, you very much get the appreciation that everybody is the same and you just go in your own direction. So other guitarists that have gone in different directions, I kind of listen to what they've done and can respect their ability level and their talent and the way that they play. But I think idolizing in terms of thinking, oh, that person is doing something that is just so amazing, nobody can ever do that in their own way. I think everybody can do something their own way the best. And this is all the great players have done, is they've just gone in their own direction and they're great at what they do. And that's what music is all about. And why when people comment underneath a video of somebody who might be either shredding or playing their own style and their own preferred techniques very well, people say, oh, I'm going to throw my guitar away, I quit. But that's the opposite of what people should be thinking. They should look at this person and think, wow, they've gone down their own path and they're amazing at what they do. So take on board what they've done and do that yourself. Whatever you want to do, go down your own path. Sometimes the guitarist you might look at, people do look at guitarists and think, oh wow, that's amazing, I'm going to give up playing the guitar. And they might not know that that guitarist either only plays guitar or might only play guitar and keys, or he might literally just be a guitarist and not even sing or play any other instruments. And for you personally, you might want to be able to sing, and you have to approach singing exactly the same way as you would do playing the guitar. So you have to put in that amount of practice. So this is why as soon as you start putting in these other elements as to what do you want to do as an artist, when you say a fantastic guitarist as an example, you can have great respect for them, but you can still think that it's great for them, but it's not applicable to what I do. And a lot of people fall into that trap of seeing an amazingly technical guitarist and wanting to be the same as that guitarist, whereas that's totally the opposite of music and artistry. You should be accepting that yes, they have got up to their level and it's very impressive, but do what you want to do. If you just want to play like them, then fair enough, that's your option. But if you want to be an independent artist and make your own music and have your own identity, then take what they've done, use that as an influence, but roll it into what you do, rather than just being a clone of this other player. And that's what another thing that myself and Warren spoke about is the modern day guitarist. And I think YouTube is to blame for a lot of this. They are almost clones of each other, because I saw a collaboration between about 30 guitarists and every single one did the same techniques in their playing all the time, and they were all playing 30-second notes, all shredding, and it was the same. So the collaboration, there was no change in the artistry. They were just all doing the same runs and the same scales and the same lines and the same arpeggios. So you think, okay, that's great from a technical standpoint. If you've been playing guitar for any length of time, you'll know that playing fast is just repetition. That's all it is. You just sit down, you play it slowly, and you gradually speed it up. Once you've worked your way through one scale, you work on another scale. Once you've gone through that scale, you work on another scale. And once you've gone through all of the arpeggios that you want to learn, that's it. And then you can work at alternate picking. You can now alternate pick all of the runs that you've worked out. So it's just time. And I haven't spent a lot of time on really fast picking and arpeggios and that kind of stuff. But I've spent enough time on it to know that if I wanted to get really fast at it and learn every arpeggio under the sun, then I could do, but artistically I would rather work on singing and being able to hold a tune and perform a song in its entirety with all of the different instrumentalist parts and the vocals and the harmony vocals. I would rather do that. That feeds my soul more than just playing lots of arpeggios really fast. So that's how I am different. And you guys will know from my covers that there's some Dokken on there. There's Van Halen as well, Eruption. I've kind of worked that out and played it. So I have worked at those techniques to the point where I can play them, but I'm not bothered about getting really fast so that I'm just always playing fast. But that's my own artistic choice, and that's what I'm trying to put across, that when you see somebody who's really technically advanced at playing, ask yourself, if it's what you want to do personally as an artist yourself. And if it is, then great. But if you actually want to learn to do something else, then there's nothing wrong with that. Go in that direction. Anyway, thank you for joining me tonight. Again, talking for a very long time about that. But thank you, Doug, for that donation. Karen has donated $5 again. Thank you for that. And the message is, hey, Phil, you were so close. The treatment of George was clear that John felt particularly guilty. Could you share your thoughts once you see it? So thank you for that, Karen, and I will do. I'm sure it's something that I'll talk about on a live stream as soon as I have seen it. But thank you again, Ginny, for that $5 donation, which has just come in. And the message is, Phil, a fellow winger wanted to know how do you download Auto-Tune? Can that be done? Curious about the Beatles films. Some didn't recommend it. So thank you for that. And you can't download Auto-Tune unless you're using a digital audio workstation such as Logic Pro 10, which is what I have. Cubase is another version of that. GarageBand. So basically, it's a program where you can record sound in, and generally a recording studio will have this software. It's a DAW, a DAW, digital audio workstation, that you have, that you record all of your audio signals in, your guitar, your vocals, drums, all that kind of stuff. You put it into the software, and as part of the software you will get pitch correction, auto-tune that's just bundled with it, with all the other effects. You get reverb, delay, chorus, you name it. You get your EQ as well, all of these different things that you use to edit in the program. But what I use in the analysis videos is just an Android app. So you can go to your Android phone if you have that. If you have an Apple phone, I don't know what it is on that, but the Android phone that I've got, you go to Google Store and look for Vocal Pitch Monitor, I think it's called. It's just an app in there that you can download, and then you'll open it up. You can make a noise, and you'll see the noise. As long as the microphone is working on your phone, you'll see the noise just appear as a yellow line, and that's how you can start to judge your vocals if you want to. And I know that a few people have been doing that. They've started to implement that as a tool when they're singing scales, just to make sure that they're close-ish to the note. And I know some people have been trying to sing it dead on, which is a challenge, but you can kind of do it. I've had a go at doing it myself, just trying to hit notes as auto-tuned sounding as possible, and I can get close, but it's nowhere near the consistency of auto-tune, because that is just consistently going to snap it to the note. But yes, it's called Vocal Pitch Monitor on the Google App Store. You can just download that if you want exactly the same program that I use in those vocal analysis and auto-tune videos. And yeah, I think it does the job really well. I know that the microphone on my phone works well, so it does pick up most of what it can hear coming out of my speakers. I haven't tried yet plugging directly into my phone and whether that would give a clearer signal for it to plot the line on it, but it's impressively accurate. I know it's only an Android app, but it does the job really well. Anyway, thank you for that, Ginny. And I am just going to mention that in the PayPal window, I did have a donation that came in yesterday. So thank you for that, Larry. Just to address that, actually, let me get that up on screen, because it was a donation for £5.03. So again, thank you for that. And the message was, just a small bit to show my appreciation for what you're doing. Just had to pay my dreaded union dues. Can't give up the gold card. Worked too hard for it. Cheers. So thank you for that, Larry. And that was yesterday, as I said. So let me now get back into the donations window, because there was another one that came in. And this was from Steve, and this was from this afternoon. So thank you for this, Steve. Let me get this up on screen so you guys can see it as well. And it was for £5. And the message was, which do you find more challenging, fast runs or slow passages? So thank you for that, Steve. And this is pretty easy to answer, because slow passages are always the most difficult to play when you're trying to get it to sound exactly the same. If you're playing a cover, trying to get it to sound exactly the same as the original guitarist is really difficult, because when you're playing slowly, generally there will be a vibrato on the note that is slower or more controlled. So when you're trying to control vibrato, and it's something that I worked at for a very long time so that I could play vibrato at all kinds of different speeds to try and mirror a particular feeling that I might be having on stage when I'm playing, but also to copy other guitarists. If I was teaching somebody and they wanted to sound like a guitarist, then I would make sure that I could copy their vibrato to try and get the expression relatively similar. So when you're playing slowly, you have more opportunity for vibrato and expression. When you're playing quickly, anybody that plays, say that you're playing a 16th note run over the course of 4 bars. When you're playing that run, every player, if they're given the same guitar and the same amp, will sound exactly the same, because they're just playing the notes in the same order, and you've got to go from one note to the next note in exactly the same time scale in order to fit all of those notes into those 4 bars, for example. So it means that the amount of expression you get in that is almost non-existent, because all of the notes have to be fitted into a finite area. Whereas when you're copying somebody that's playing slowly, you might only have 1 or 2 notes per second, which means that outside of those notes, you've got expression and other technique that takes over. And that's where it's a lot more difficult to get that accurate than just copying somebody's run that they've played. Because, as I've already said in this live stream, fast playing is subconscious. You just have to sit down and keep playing it over and over and over and over and over and over again, and eventually you'll be able to do it at the same speed as whatever you want to copy. So it's not a question of if, but when you will be able to play it. But when you're trying to copy someone's expression, that is very much a question of if and never when, because you're trying to get a personality through the guitar, not just a series of notes. So that is the difference. It is a lot faster and more challenging to play slowly than fast. I mean, what you will need to play fast is time. And time is something that everybody has. If you just dedicated 5 hours a day to playing fast, then you will be able to do it, and you will be able to play a particular speed. You will get faster. You will be able to play subconsciously. If you're practicing in the right way, it's inevitable that you will be able to do it. But if you're playing 5 hours a day and you're trying to play something with a particular feel, you may never get that feel. That's the difference. It's not guaranteed that you're going to sound exactly like Stevie Ray Vaughan, for example, if you practice 5 hours a day. That's the point, that you will probably get very good expressing yourself and sounding like yourself playing the guitar, because you've found your own voice through the guitar. But trying to copy somebody else, spending that amount of time, you may never do it. And that's the difference between playing slowly and then playing fast. So hopefully that makes sense. And thank you, Steve, for that donation. Let me just scroll up again, because there has been another donation, but let me get this off the screen because that was from this afternoon. So I have got other emails that have come in before the live stream, so I'm going to have to skip back to the live stream and get this back up on screen. So it was Donald, who has donated £15.30. So thank you for that, Don. And the message is, this is actually an order, 2 bleached logo tees per Carla. Thanks. So I think this is maybe payment for that. I'm not sure. I have to sort this out with Carla, and maybe if Carla can let me know, and maybe Don, if you can let Carla know as well, if you are in the live chat room, then that would be good, because then I can send the payment over to Carla, and then Carla can sort it out from her, because she needs the money in order for the t-shirt ordering and all that kind of stuff. But thank you for that, Dom. And just scrolling up, because Melissa has donated £7.18. So thank you for that, Melissa. And I do believe that's Maiden Girl 18 or something like that is the username. I do struggle to remember the aliases that people have, but I know there are a few Maiden Girl, obviously Iron Maiden, very popular band. I know that there are a few usernames that use Iron Maiden as a reference point, but I think that was correct. But thank you, Melissa, for that. And if it's not correct, I apologize. As I said, it's hard to keep track of the aliases in the live chat room. But thank you, Ileana, as well, who has donated £3.59. And that's a straight up donation. And Diana has donated £5 as well. Thank you for that, Diana. And the message is, hi, yes, Phil. So how did you get into the habit of saying howdy, y'all? My very southern heart warms when I hear or see others say it. Yay! Thank you for that, Diana. And I don't know when I started saying that. It just came along. I probably blame the Grand Ole Opry. It's because I've changed my pronunciation of things. But howdy, y'all. I don't know when I started to say that. It probably goes all the way back to when I used to wear a cowboy hat when I was growing my hair out because my hair looked so stupid. I used to wear a hat probably for about 6 months when I used to play live, and then once it got to a decent length where it didn't just look ridiculous, where it just, I'm sure everybody who's grown their hair knows this phase where it just goes out and it doesn't go down, it just gets wider and wider. So while I was going through that phase, I wore a cowboy hat to try and keep the hair down. So maybe it started from that, but I also have worn cowboy boots for quite a while. I haven't actually worn them probably in about 10 years, but I used to wear them. So I'd have cowboy boots and a cowboy hat, and then kind of ripped jeans and whatever I would be wearing, like accessories, and generally like a Winger shirt or Guns N' Roses, some kind of 80s metal band. I'd have maybe Rat, I don't know. I'd have a band shirt on, and then I started to have band shirts with another shirt over the top. And then I used to wear, more of a kind of smart shirt and then roll up the sleeves, still have the accessories. But once I had the hair, I then lost the hat. But it might have come from then. But thank you, Diana, for that. It's just an Americanism, I guess, that I have picked up along the way. But thank you, Lucy, as well, for this £5 donation. And the message is, howdy, y'all. Right on time. Come on and spike those likes with a thumbs up. Great idea. 239 at the moment. If you can hit that thumbs up, it'd be massively appreciated. We're aiming for a huge 330 on tonight's live stream. So we're looking definitely for a spike of the likes. If you can hit that thumbs up, that would be fantastic. So the message is, come on and spike those likes with the thumbs up. Loving those auto-tune videos, especially the one about talent shows. I stopped watching quite a while ago. Have you received any response from the shows? So thank you for that, Lucy, Rockhorn's Heart and Peace. No, I haven't received other than any contact from them other than them copyright claiming the video. So they know that I've done the video and they are taking the money from the ad revenue for that video. So they jumped on it very quickly. I'm not sure whether they would have done that on any other channels. For example, the channel that has got the original video, it hasn't been copyright claimed on their video or on their channel. So any ad revenue from that particular video would go to that channel. But I think this is just the nature of being a bigger channel and having, by the way, 211,000 subscribers. So thank you guys for hitting that subscribe button and hitting the notification bell and watching the videos, commenting, hitting the thumbs up, all of that cool stuff, because it really does help the channel to grow. But this is just the knock-on effect of having a large channel and a larger channel. I wouldn't say it's super huge, but it's huge enough for people to be looking out for particular videos. And probably if I make a video on the X Factor or another talent show, it would probably get maybe red flagged by either the TV company or Simon Cowell's company, who I'm sure are looking across YouTube all the time. and the larger channels tend to get copyright claimed instantly on the videos, and sometimes it can take a few days for things to get copyright claimed, but pretty much another thing that I spoke about to Warren about just the whole copyright claim thing, because he was asking me whether I make any money on YouTube or what it's like, and I then said that because I'm featuring other people's music, I get copyright claimed pretty much instantly on all of my videos, so it means that the ad revenue goes to the copyright owner. And he said that, yeah, I mean, he knows that happens because I think he has a few videos where his video has been copyright claimed, but most of his stuff isn't, because he's doing production videos and tips on how to produce. So he's got a lot more that he gets through YouTube from the ad revenue than for example, channels like mine would do, because they get copyright claimed. But I don't really have a problem with that. I didn't set out making videos to try and make as much money as possible and then complain that, oh, I'm not making any money. I think just if I can put videos out there, if I'm not making any money, but I'm still getting the music out there of other artists, I'm still analysing and hopefully educating people, and maybe even educating people about the music industry in a more general sense, about autotune, for example, so that people get a lay of the land and have a little bit more of an honest explanation as to what's happening and what you're buying when you buy a particular artist's song. I think it's really important to be really honest with everything, as much as you can be, when you are selling something such as music, and making sure that everyone knows whether it's auto-tuned or not, and that if it is auto-tuned, if people like it, they will still buy it. But there are some people who want to listen to music that hasn't been digitally enhanced and changed by auto-tune, because auto-tune is a standalone effect that affects pitch of the voice, and a lot of learning to sing and being a great vocalist is being able to sing on pitch. So to think of a singer not being able to hit notes at all but still hitting pitches and then selling songs, some people will think, well, I could do that, so why am I buying somebody else's music that's no more than I could do if I just got in the studio and got roughly close, not even roughly close to the notes, and then auto-tuned it? I could be on quite a nice salary selling music. So I think that's the problem people have got with it. They like the honesty of knowing what's being used, and I think a lot of people accept that reverb, delay, chorus, the effects that are generally added to instruments and voices, they are added to embellish the already produced sound. It's not changing the sound. It's not like when you hear a guitar solo and the lead guitarist is using some reverb on their sound. The reverb isn't changing what their hand's doing and the sound of their bends. It's not auto-tuning the guitar for them. It's just adding reverb to their sound. Whereas auto-tune would be like you're playing a guitar line that sounds rubbish, but the auto-tune is snapping it to the notes. So it's actually changing what you're playing with your hand, meaning that you don't really have to worry about being accurate with your bends, because auto-tune will just fix your playing for you. And that's what I think a lot of people think about auto-tune, that it's fixing somebody's shortcomings as a singer by allowing them now to hit pitches dead on. But anyway, thank you for that donation, Lucy. And yeah, so in short, the videos always get copyright claimed, and it's no different for the auto-tune videos that have some of the original copyright material on there, like Freddie Mercury, for example. That one was actually copyright claimed a couple of days after. It was manually copyright claimed, so it means that the copyright owners looked at it, the publishing company, and then claimed it after watching my video. And the other videos, I'm trying to think, the Beauty and the Beast one, that's copyright claimed. So yeah, pretty much they're all copyright claimed. It is rare for one not to be copyright claimed, and I think the only way it won't be copyright claimed is if I only have the vocal on there that has been pitch corrected. If I isolate that vocal, maybe it wouldn't get copyright claimed, but then it'll probably be manually claimed later on. But anyway, thank you for that, Lucy. And oh, let me just mention about the cover that is going to be voted for tonight. Where is it? 52% for Is This Love. It's another close one tonight. So it's between More Than Words and Is This Love. So keep on voting for that. We will be jumping into that very soon. It's almost 10 to 1 here already in the morning here in the UK. So quickly get in your votes. I'll give you probably about another minute to vote on that poll. At the moment, Is This Love is winning. If you can hit that thumbs up, it'd be much appreciated. We're trying to get to 330 likes for tonight's live stream, and we will be having a pick roulette tonight as well, probably in about 10 minutes time, something like that. So stay tuned, because you could be winning a pick or a t-shirt, custom made t-shirt, which is signed as well. The picks are signed as well, and we'll be looking at Neil's picture soon of his Ibanez GRG 140 that he received by winning that on the roulette wheel. The other thing is that Lucy, by the way, is our top tip for tonight. Lucy Arlers, who requested that in the last live stream. So good luck to all of you guys later on. But obviously Lisa is not going to win. Thank you, Lucy. Still thinking about the donation, but Lisa obviously isn't going to win on the pick roulette because I got a 0% record of actually picking the winner. And I can see that Lisa, right on time, has donated as soon as I mentioned her name. What are the chances of that? But you will be able to see, because it was just literally now, it's going to be going through the live chat room probably in about 5 or 10 seconds, and it should be coming out, and there it is. So hello, Lisa, and commiserations on being the top tip for tonight. But let's now bring the poll to a close, and we will see who has won. I think it was Is This Love was the closest, but anyway, guys, if you want to get involved on a foundational level on this channel, then head over to patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. That is where the foundation of the channel really is, with all of these lovely people at the bottom of the screen who support the channel over there and just allow me to keep on pushing forward and doing these live streams, doing the videos without having to worry about the technical issues that do pop up. I can usually replace things as soon as things go wrong. So a massive thank you to you guys at the bottom of the screen. If you want to get your names on the live streams, then head over there as well, because every patron's name is at the bottom of the live streams and go on throughout the live streams as well. So just a quick nudge in that direction, because without the support over there, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. So thank you guys so much for that. And also your donations during the live streams, they make a huge difference and really keep everything motoring along. I say that the foundation of the channel is Patreon, and it always will be. That's where I do all of the updates and keep you guys in the loop as to what I'm doing and what's going to be coming up in the future on the channel, and where I upload pictures, for example, when I went to the premiere of the Right to Rock, the Fanny rockumentary, that's almost rock and documentary stuck together and not quite making them blend as they should have done. But the rockumentary that I went to, when I took some pictures, I uploaded those to Patreon, so it's very much my first port of call. But thank you guys for all of your kind donations on the live streams as well, and I know that a lot of patrons do donate during the live stream, so thank you guys for that. So we're going to be jumping into the winner of tonight's poll, and I'm actually going to have to scroll up, so you'll have to forgive me in the live chat room. We're going to take a look at Is This Love, and 249 votes. So thank you guys for all of those votes for Is This Love. We'll get this going, and I know that there have been other PayPal donations, so we will jump into those in a second, and also into that super chat window. But thank you guys for the kind donations, and I'll see you guys after this. Rock! You go alone. It's times like these I can't make it on my own. Wasted days, me sleepless nights, and I babe, my back's against the wall. I need you by my side just to tell me it's alright, 'cause I don't think I can take anymore. Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this the love that I've been searching for? Is this love, or am I dreaming? This must be love, because it's really got a hold on me. Hold on me. Can't stop the feeling, I've been this way before, but with you I've found the key to open any door. I can feel my love for you growing stronger day by day, and I can't wait to see you again, so I can hold you in my arms. Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this the love that I've been searching for? Is this love, or am I dreaming? This must be love, 'cause it's really got a hold on me. Hold on me. Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this the love that I've been searching for? Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this the love that I've been searching for? Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this the love that I've been searching for? Is this love, or am I dreaming? This must be love, 'cause it's really got a hold on me. And there we have it. And that was my version of Is This Love by Whitesnake, of course. Thank you guys for requesting that one over on Patreon, but also for voting for that one tonight. It won out over More Than Words, which was the other option. So we are just going to quickly jump into the PayPal window, because I know there has been another donation in there. And let me get it on screen so you guys can see it as well. It has come in from Patricia, who has donated £2. So thank you for that. And the message is, "Hi Phil, I had to pop in and out of the live stream Saturday. Not sure you saw my last question. If I buy a couple of your albums as Christmas gifts this week, do you think it would arrive here in the USA for Christmas or by New Year's? Do you have an idea how long deliveries are running lately? Apologies if you answered. I know you are your own postman. Cheers." So thank you for that, Patricia. And yes, I did answer that on the last live stream. I said that it takes, I think, maybe a couple of weeks. So yeah, that's as long as I know of, with people then maybe sending in pictures. It's hard for me to keep a track of exactly how long. Maybe as short as a week, I'm not sure, but I would say probably roughly a couple of weeks. And depending on COVID and all that kind of stuff, I don't know how the postal service is over in the USA. At the moment in the UK, it's pretty much normal. So hopefully they'll arrive before Christmas. but it just is out of my hands. All I can do is go to the post office and post them and hope that they do arrive very quickly. But hopefully, I mean, 2, maybe 3 weeks, it should be okay. If it takes longer, then, I mean, where are we at the moment? We're getting close to the 1st of December. I think it is the 1st of December technically here, because it's Wednesday, because it's at 1 in the morning here. So if it's taking 3 weeks, that'll be 21 days. So it should be there before Christmas, but I don't know. Over Christmas, things can tend to go very slowly, but fingers crossed that they won't. I just post it all in exactly the same way. But thank you for that, Patricia. And let me just jump into the super chat window as well, because there's another donation in there from Lisa that I did mention when we saw Lisa going through the live chat room, and it was for $4.99. Thank you for that, Lisa. And the message is, hi Phil, I'm curious, how big of a town / city is Maidenhead, and do you get recognised a lot when you go out? Keep up the great job you do. So thank you for that, Lisa. And I think it's maybe 60 or 70,000 people in Maidenhead, so not very many people at all, especially when you consider the amount of subscribers to this channel. So I've got over double the population of Maidenhead as subscribers, but thankfully they are all spread around the world and not just in Maidenhead, because then I would get probably recognised quite a lot. But I don't get recognised in Maidenhead. I'm not out all that much. The only time I was out recently was in London at that premiere that I mentioned recently. I mentioned it in this live stream, but it was recently, probably a few weeks ago. So I did get recognized when I was in London, and that's the first time I've been recognized, I think, from my channel. I have been recognized before from the TV show, the X Factor thing that I went on in 2013, because as I mentioned in my recent auto-tune video, that I went on that show to show that if you act up, you will get further than the talented people who can actually sing. So I did that, and because I did get far, they did put me on TV 2 nights in a row. That was, I think, about 10 million people watched that on both nights. So it meant that I got recognised for probably a few months, quite a lot, especially here in Maidenhead, because it's a small town. I got recognised, but after probably about a year or 2 years, then people forget, especially as soon as there's another year of the show, then people forget about the previous year, which works out well because it means you can just go back to normal and it's all fine. And yeah, the first time that I actually got recognized for being myself and not on a TV show was a few weeks ago in London. So maybe it'll happen more in the future, but I don't tend to go out too much. If I started to go out a bit more, maybe I'd get a bit of an appreciation of how much people know me from the channel or not. I don't know, but at the moment it's fine. I can still have a normal life, which is great. I'm not into the YouTube videos for the fame side of things. I know that a lot of people dream of being a YouTube creator because they want to be famous and they want lots of people to know who they are. But even with music, I'm not really into that side of things. If I can just sell my album and make enough money to live from music, then that's my ultimate goal. The whole fame thing doesn't really appeal to me too much. I know that it is a side effect mostly of being very successful, so it's probably a good thing. But then again, it can be a side effect of just being in a reality show, for example. So whether that's a healthy side effect or not, I don't know. Being famous for fame's sake and not having famous for being good or being well respected in your field, I think are two totally different things. And I think more often than not, the people that are on these reality shows have then suffered with then not being famous and not being able to get a job because they were known as being famous, but now because they were famous they can't get a job, but they need to have a job to make money, and they're not making money anymore because they're not getting booked for shows because they don't have a trade to go back to. So if you have someone like me, for example, if I were to get famous, then that might last for a year or 2 years and people know your face, but then when you're not famous anymore, I will still do the music. I will still be doing what I do. I'll still be live streaming on the Tuesday and a Saturday night. It doesn't change what I do, but whether people will then know me for what I do, then that just might be a side effect or a collateral, I wouldn't say collateral damage, but just something that happens out of what I do, and it doesn't fundamentally change what I do. So I think other people have a lot, and there are a lot of reality shows where people have suffered, and really shocking stories of people committing suicide because they became depressed from the show that they were on. Especially here in the UK, there's this show called Love Island, which has got loads of press, because you've got young people in their late teens and early 20s who are going on there and they are dating. So it's their love life that is now for the public to look at and scrutinize. So then if they're not popular, the whole public make it known to them and probably troll them, and they're not equipped mentally to deal with these things and get depressed. And yeah, it's just a snowball effect that they just go deeper and deeper into depression. And there has been at least one, maybe even more, I'm not sure, but I know there is at least one person who's committed suicide who went on that show. And this is where entertainment is turning into something that isn't healthy, and it should, I don't think that kind of thing should be allowed, because the people entering it are so young, they don't have an appreciation of even what life is. They think life is on a computer screen or on a phone screen. They don't realize that it's not on here, it's actually out there. Life is what happens outside your front door, not on the screen in front of you. So yeah, I think that very much the younger generation are not equipped to deal with real life. And if they just put down their phone and never log in to Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, they'll realize that, oh, all my problems have gone. I don't have to answer to anybody. I don't have to read any negative messages from trolls, because they all exist on the screen. They don't. If they walk outside their door, there won't be trolls all lined up outside their house saying things to them. That's not real life. So yeah, unfortunately, I do think the younger generation in the late teens and early 20s aren't equipped to deal with being famous for going on a reality show, especially when it's something that exposes their relationships and their love life. But anyway, it's a whole nother discussion. But thank you, Patricia, for that donation. I know I got a little bit sidetracked with all of that, and Lisa as well for that. I mean, yeah, because of Lisa and that donation, we got a little bit sidetracked with the whole fame thing, but it's an important discussion to have, I do believe. And from having a little bit of experience to that myself, then I think, yeah, I can see how fame, some people probably want it, but it is a little bit of a pain if you just want to go out. And in Maidenhead, for example, because it is a small town, when I did go out there after the TV thing, there was like a semicircle or a circle around me of people wanting pictures and wanting autographs. And it's something that you think, yeah, you know, it's all right as a novelty, but if I just wanted to go out to a shop, I would probably prefer not to be surrounded by people having to sign things, because I actually want to go to the shop to buy something. So yeah, it's sometimes, yeah, just a side effect of being successful, but I can see how it would wear off and the novelty would be gone quite quickly. But anyway, fortunately, I'm not in that situation yet at the moment, but yeah, hopefully it won't get too bad in the future. Thank you for that, Lisa. And Orlando has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that. Messages. I'm home in the Big Apple. You really made Is This Love Your Own. Brilliant job with some rock horns. So thank you for that, Orlando. And well done for the safe drive home and taking everybody's advice. So let's jump into the pictures for tonight, and then we'll jump into the pick roulette. By the way, I think we have... There's the confirmation. We have just hit over 330 likes. So thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up. You can keep on doing that. It really does help the channel to grow and for these live streams to get out there. But we will be jumping into, and it looks like at the moment on my screen I've got a little warning that is saying that the stream has either cut out or we're going very slowly at the moment. So hopefully it's still going across. I'm going to assume that you guys can either see me or at least hear me. So I'm going to continue despite all of the warnings on the screen. And I've just got, okay, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Well, it should do because my internet connection is absolutely fine. So it says it's not smooth, but I'm going to continue because it looks like it's still going across the internet. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, we're going to look at some pictures. So hopefully with the pictures, it won't be as important if it does go a bit jumpy. So let me get the background up on screen so that we can jump into the pictures. And first of all, actually, I think this might have been one that I missed last time. And this is from Suzanne, who has the poster of some guy in the background. So thank you, Suzanne, for getting yourself a copy of that. And this can be purchased over on the Spring merch store. If you go to the link in the description below, or just click on any item underneath this video, then you'll go through to the Spring store and you can see all of the stuff on offer there. But thank you, Suzanne, for ordering that poster of that guy. And we also had another picture from, I believe this is Mary sporting the Wings of Pegasus hoodie. I've been told by Vince in confidence that it is indeed Mary. So thank you for uploading this one and for modeling the Wings of Pegasus hoodie. Again, the link is in the description below if you guys want to go and grab one of those. And last but not least, we have this picture which has been sent in by Neil, and this is the guitar that was on the roulette wheel for a few weeks, and amazingly it has gone to Neil, our moderator. So there's the guitar. He's also got the Wings of Pegasus mask. He's got some Wings of Pegasus picks in there as well as the pick roulette pick, the picture of some guy. And you can see that the guitar is ready to rock. He just needs to stick a lead in there. And I know that Neil said that he was going to order or had ordered a practice amp as well, and he's going to get the fingers on the fretboard, and you can see that the whammy bar is attached, ready to do some dive bombs. And this is the thing about the GRG 140, the Ibanez, is that you can lock it in tune, so you can do some dive bombs and get really heavy with the playing if you want to. So there we have it. There's the guitar that has arrived at Neil's premises over in Australia. So congratulations again, and I hope you do enjoy it and you enjoy playing it as well. But let's get everything back off the screen if it's going to work, and hopefully we're still fine. The internet looks like it's still connected, so I think that warning might have just been on YouTube side of things, just trying to pick up the signal. But it looks like the signal is absolutely fine. So we're going to be jumping into the pick roulette, and again, we have Elisa as the top tip. But let's jump into it, and good luck, everybody. See you guys in a second. Rock! So let's get the roulette wheel up on screen, and there it is. Now, the names have been put on the wheel in a random order, and Carla has spread out the t-shirts as well. So the darker segments are the t-shirts, the signed t-shirts that are custom made. So if you land on one of those, or if we land on one of those, then we go to the t-shirt pick, well, the t-shirt roulette wheel, rather than the pick roulette wheel. But we will give this wheel a spin, and we're going to see who's going to win. Let me see if I can pick out Lisa's name anywhere. I can't see it, but I know it's on there because I saw it when I was setting this all up, and I can't spot it anywhere. So good luck to Lisa and everybody else. We're going to give it a spin, and hopefully the next time we see Lisa's name is going to be when we land on it. Okay, it's actually nice and uniform to have the t-shirts spread out, and it just nicely cuts it up into segments. So we are slowing down. See if we can spot any names here. And Linda Z there going through, Jill, Mike going through, John as well, Vincent, Carla herself. We just passed the t-shirt. We've got Jennifer, Laurie, Paul. Is it going to get as far as Sandra? I think it might. It always tends to go on further than you think. And there it is, right in the middle of Sandra's segment on the wheel. Congratulations to Sandra. And because I clicked on it, Sandra's name has disappeared, but we can see it here on the screen. So Sandra is our winner for tonight. Congratulations to you, and commiserations to Lisa and everybody else that didn't win tonight. You can get your names on next week's wheel after this wheel. By the way, Sandra, if you can let yourself be known in the live chat room to Carla, then she can organise everything with you in order to get the signed pick sent off to you. So we're going to be going back to me on the screen, hopefully, if it works. There it is. And we're going to be jumping into another video to give you guys an opportunity to do exactly what I'm going to be doing here, which is type at the little symbol, and there it is, Carla Murray, like that. Just to tag Carla and then type I agree. If this is your first live stream, then introduce yourself into the live chat room to everybody. That's how it works here. But also, if you want to get your name on the Pick Roulette next week, just follow what everybody's about to do in the live chat room. Just tagging Carla Murray and typing I agree. You'll see lots of those comments come up soon in the live chat room. So if you are a Facebook user, you can also head over to the Wings of Pegasus supporters page over on Facebook. Type that into the search bar and join in with that group. There's also the after party over there that Vince hosts after the live streams. So you can head over there to continue the conversation with all of these lovely people in the live chat room. So let me just jump into the PayPal donations window as well, because we've had another donation in there that's coming from Kelly. So thank you for that, Kelly. And it's a £20 donation. And the message is, just found you. Thanks from Kelly in Leeds. So thank you for that, Kelly. And Kelly is up late because here in the UK, it's 1:15 in the morning. And recently on the channel, I have been releasing the videos a little bit earlier so that people that are in the UK can see the videos a little bit more readily rather than the 2 a.m. release time that I had previously. But that's what I've been spending this week doing, just getting everything scheduled so that I can keep on releasing a little bit earlier at 8 p.m. UK time. But hello, Kelly. And Griff is in Leeds, so Kelly's from Leeds as well. So Griff was on the live stream. Here's my rhythm guitarist in the Wings of Pegasus live performances that I play during these live streams, but also we did the live stream, also the Mainhead Festival. You'll see Griff playing guitar, but he released his first single with his brother, and I featured that on the live stream, I don't know, maybe a few months ago now. So Griff is up in Leeds as well. So same place as Kelly. Hello, Kelly. And hopefully the weather's not too bad up there. I know that the places slightly further north have been having a tough time with the weather. It's slightly better in the south and kind of just outside London and to the west of London. But I think the further west you get, the worse the weather has been getting. But thank you, Kelly, for that very kind donation. So let's jump into the Patreon site and the page to see what was requested over there, just to play another video. And I have a little scroll down. We've either got a Phil Toon of Guffest, Lisa asking for Jingle Bells. It's a little bit early for that. I think we'll play that maybe in a couple of weeks or a few weeks time when we actually get really close to Christmas. Teresa's requested that one as well, so it'll be one for the future. But Guffest has been requested, what's that, 3 times, 4 times? Okay, we're going to have another look at another Phil Toon. It looks like that's been requested 3 or 4 times. So popular one for tonight, just to give you guys a chance to type I agree. So this is your last chance to type that. We're going to jump into Guffest, which I'm hoping at some point in the future will be an actual festival that we can set up. Guffest USA. It just has a great ring to it. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you guys in a second. Last chance to type I agree. Get yourselves on the next pick roulette wheel. I was going to give a whole Wings of Pegasus pick roulette wheel, but that's a little bit too much of a mouthful. So the pick roulette wheel for next week, make sure you do that now. Last chance. And I'll see you guys after this. Rock!
Holy gosh, guys, you will not believe what I have just managed to secure.
What are you talking about? Can't you see we're right in the middle of watching Jeremy Kyle?
Well, I have just managed to secure us as the headline act in this year's biggest and only festival in Maidenhead. On Monday evening.
Monday evening? Sounds like a very queer time to have the final big act of the festival. Well, I guess it must be a bank holiday for the crowds to be there.
I think we should not check and just assume that is the case. It would be great to play to a festival crowd. I'm starting to feel nervous already.
Well, I can't believe we are going to be on the main stage. This is so awesome.
Well, it can't hurt to get our music out to a larger audience and to play on a large stage. It will be a great experience for us. Hello there, I wonder if you can help me. My band are due to headline the Guff Fest and we can't find the venue. Do you know where it is? We stupidly thought we would be able to follow the crowds, but we must be in the totally wrong vicinity. Any ideas?
Oh yes, this is Guff Fest. Are you Phil Henley?
Heck. Sorry. Yes, I am Phil. I do apologize, but I seem to have missed where it is being held. Where is the crowd and where is the main stage?
The main stage, or stage 1, is located over in that direction. Stages 2 and 3 are in the opposite direction, with the acoustic stage just in front of the toilets.
Okay, great, thanks. So where do we unload to get to the main stage? Is the space on stage to have our equipment ready while the previous band are playing? And also, how far away is the field and stage, as I can't hear the crowds and I assume it must be a long walk from here?
Note, the main stage is behind you. If you look on the floor, there is some gaffer tape on the floor running diagonally across the corner of the room with main stage written on it.
Ha! For a second there I thought you said there wasn't actually a stage and that it was just a floor divided into 2 sections depicted by gaffer tape.
That is exactly what I said.
Oh, I seem to have been misled by the use of the term festival. This is in fact just a room with gaffer tape on the floor in 3 corners of the room depicting stages 1, 2 and 3. It also seems to get to the toilets you have to walk directly through the acoustic stage while the person is performing, not to mention of course the unique aroma that is being generated from behind the stage.
This is the way we set it up every year and it's always worked very well.
How many people do you get on average a year coming to this pub? Sorry, festival.
We tend not to count in numbers as I find them misleading. I hate figures.
Great. Well, I shall take that answer as attendance is minimal. Well, we have 10 friends and family coming down at least, thank ruddy heck.
Do they realize it is £6 to get in on the door?
Holy guff. Are you yanking my crank? How can you justify that entry fee? That means you will be making at least £60 from us alone. And that is before any beverage purchase being taken into account. How much are we getting paid for this gig? Sorry. Festival.
We don't pay the bands, not even petrol money, because we are totally out of order.
Well, to be fair, that seems to be common practice these days.
Yes, and also the bands that we book to play are not checked beforehand, so they could be the worst band we've ever heard.
Well, again, at least you are following the common guidelines. So shall we set up now while there is nobody around? Haha. That was a joke.
Okay. Also, we might ask you to turn yourselves down somehow, as some people prefer to watch the television, which we leave on during performances.
Fantastic. Well, do we at least get any free drinks or food? We will be here for 6 hours in total after all.
We will allow you free tap water all evening.
That's absolutely fantastic. For some reason water is something I feel like I need to stay alive, so having it from a tap for free seems like a great offer. Thank you so much.
Think nothing of it.
Oh, I will. Right, I had better get back to the van and tell the guys the good news about the extortionate ticket price, not getting paid, no stage, and no crowd. Thank you for this opportunity and this great festival. Before I leave, I must inform you this has now become the worst day of my life. Bye.
One last thing, while we were talking I could see your car was getting a parking ticket.
That's brilliant. Bye.
And there we have it. That was a real life story, and thank you guys for requesting that Phil tune. Now we're going to be calling things to a close very soon. So thank you guys for all of your donations, and one did just come in through the PayPal window. Let me get that up on screen, because it was a Rock History Gal who has donated £7.18. Thank you for that. And the message was, thank you for your awesome videos. You rock. So thank you for the kind words as well. So just quickly addressing Carla's message in the live stream. I haven't seen the message, or if you've sent me a message about the t-shirt order, then if you can send me a message on Facebook, then that would be good in order to get that all sorted out. And yeah, something that I can't really keep track of all of the messages in the live chat room, because I am clicking on lots of different things on my screen to make sure that once the cartoon has finished, it actually comes back to me and everything that you can see is still here. So yeah, I have to try and keep everything as organized as possible, but I think I've pretty much got away with it, fingers crossed for tonight. And if you haven't typed I agree in the live chat room, then it's probably too late to get your name on the wheel for next week's, not tomorrow's, next week's Pick Roulette. But tomorrow there will be a video released on the channel, an analysis video, so look out for that one. And I'm going to be live on Saturday night. This is a question that was asked in the live chat room, which days I'm live, and it's a Tuesday night and a Saturday night, so make sure that you stay tuned on those particular nights, or just subscribe and hit that notification bell, and you should get a notification as to when I go live, so then you can just pop in and you'll be able to not miss one or any of the videos in the future that I release on the channel as well. But anyway, thank you Paul, who's just going through with a $2 donation and says hello, peace and rock. So thank you for that, Paul, and it's going to be hello and goodbye in one fell swoop, because we are going to be calling things to a close now, because it's 1 here in the morning already. So I have lots of things to do before I get to my normal bedtime, but thankfully my schedule's getting back to what it was, so it means that by going to bed at kind of 5:30 or 6, I'm not getting up a couple of hours later to start on a video. So it is a lot better, and that's what this week has been all about for me, just keeping it organized. And next week, hopefully it'll be back to being a well-oiled machine, and I'll be able to just keep on pushing forward with everything as I've done up to this point. But thank you everyone for subscribing. 211,000 subscribers, which is amazing. And all of your support over on Patreon, it is massively appreciated. Thank you guys, you know who you are. So I will see you guys at tomorrow night's video in the comments section. I'll see you on Friday night as well for another video, and then Saturday night the live stream. If you can join me then, there's going to be another pick roulette, so your chance to win a signed pick or a t-shirt, or a signed pick and a t-shirt if you're really, really lucky. So have a great rest of the week. Stay as safe as possible, especially around this new variant thing. So wear your masks, follow your government's advice, whatever they're suggesting or requesting that is best to do. And yeah, above all, try to apply common sense wherever possible to stay as safe as possible and keep everybody else as safe as possible as well. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. And quickly, Orlando's popped in with a $2 donation. Thank you for that, Orlando. I was just about to say bye, but the message was a $2 donation. The message was, did your band have to play near the restrooms? So thank you for that, Orlando. And yes, this refers to a gig where the band or we had to set up in front of the toilets, the male toilets. So it meant that somebody had to walk through us playing to go to the toilet, and then when they came out, they walked out through the band again. So yeah, that is real life. It's a real life story. So there you go. That means that we'd have to put up some kind of portaloo in the stage at Guffest, so that anyone that needed the toilet has to walk up on stage, go through the band, or we could just have it in a small venue and put gaffer tape in the corner to depict the stage. But anyway, thank you Orlando for that. Thank you guys for joining me in all of the requests for the videos tonight over on Patreon. If you want to get involved there, patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. But have a great rest of the week, like I said, and I'll catch you guys at the next one. Rock!